Hey guys, so today I'm going to do like a mini review and swatches of the Maybelline color tattoos. And this is kind of a year in review. I've had these for a year now. How have they held up? I did something like this for the Naked palette and I got a great response from that. So I figured I would go ahead and start with this. So, I just think it's really cool to, one, see all the products, see them swatched, and then two, how are they working a year from now? Are they still intact? Do I still use them? Do I still reach for them? And we'll go over all that. So I have 5 shades to show you, and before I get into each individual shade, just kind of overall what I've noticed is I do still reach for these quite often. I like the range of colors that I have. And I do find myself using them quite a bit. That being said, they have definitely dried up a bit since I got them. But I do keep in mind that it has been a full year and they are cream products. But they could be better. For the $5 to $7 that I paid for them, I'm really pleased with how they've held up. But I think going forward, I would only buy colors that I know that I'm going to use a lot. If it's a color that is a little bit, maybe like a bright blue or something that I'm only going to wear once in a while, I would go with a different brand that might last a little bit longer because I'm just not really going to dip into it too much before it is no good. But these are still usable. They're just not as creamy as when I got them. So the first one I want to talk about is probably the one that I use the most, and this is in Gold Shimmer. This one was a limited edition color, but there is a gold in the permanent line. So this is what it looks like in, whoop, it's fallen, in the pan now. As you can see, it hasn't really separated from the edges or anything like that, so it's still in fairly good condition. And one thing I do notice when I rub into it, though, is that the whole product kind of moves a little bit with it. It's just not quite as creamy, but once you swatch it, it looks pretty good. You just might have to work with it a little bit more to blend it. But I do really like this color. And once again, that's in Gold Shimmer. I know it is still available like on Amazon and things like that. You can hunt for it, but it was released a year ago. With that same collection was Mossy Green. I do believe there is a green in the permanent collection as well. This one has held up a little bit better. It's a lot creamier when you put your finger into it, but I don't know if you can see it. It has separated a little bit from the edge. But when you actually dip your finger into it, you can't even tell the difference. And there is the Mossy Green. Now for a color, the last, how many is it? 3? No. I have one more from the limited edition and then I have 2 from the permanent. So this one was also from the limited edition. This was in Rich Mahogany. As you can see, this one's pulled away from the edges just a little bit. See how it is when I dip my finger into it. I just don't use this one quite as much. This one's a little bit not quite as creamy. There's the brown. It's just a little bit more streaky. So this one didn't hold up quite as well. That could be because I wasn't dipping into it as much, or it could just not have the lid on it, or it could just be the formula. But I try to keep the lids on pretty tight. Now for the 2 from the permanent collection. Oh my goodness, this one clearly has something to show. This one has pulled away so much that I almost wonder if it melted at some point. But let's swatch it out. This one's actually really creamy still. And this one is in Pomegranate Punk. You can still get this one to my knowledge. And it's just a gorgeous purpley, plummy color. And I just love it. And this one stayed super, super creamy, just like the day I bought it. Which is good that this one is a permanent collection one. The last one that I have, and this one also is permanent collection, this is the only one I have that is completely matte, and this is Toughest Taupe. This one is separating from the edges, as you can see. But when you dip your finger into it, it's still fairly creamy. And there's a swatch of that. So overall, I really do like these, like I said, and I still reach for them quite a bit. I would probably go out and buy a new one of these top limited edition ones if I could, but as far as the permanent collection, I almost wonder if they have a better formula for their permanent collections, because these two have really lasted a lot better than the top ones. And the top ones, I think, were from the fall 2012 collection. So, thank you so much for watching, and if you've tried any other colors that you would recommend that I try, please leave a comment down below. If you would like to see any tutorials with any of these colors, I would love to do some of those, so just let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye now.